DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his comments had cost him.
I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. I was finna buy my private plane, but it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly took the loss in a very respectful manner,
to lose $30 million because you don't think before you speak is a little insane. Is how DaBaby became the most hated rapper ever.
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most hated rapper. What did he do to earn this title? Well, his actions range from insulting fans
For what did I say? For any brands, networks, artists that like to profit off black rappers' influence on the culture without understanding it or having the patience to deal with what comes with the position,
from insulting fans to getting angry at flight attendants.
We ain't finna act like she ain't just jump out of bed.
However, the very first thing that began to turn DaBaby's audience against him was the time he'd get into a beef with kids YouTuber Jojo Siwa. The argument began after DaBaby would post a song titled Beatbox.
Oh, he was beefing with Jojo Siwa for a minute. I totally forgot about that shit.
Freestyle, in which he'd hold up a photo of Jojo Siwa and call her a bunch of nasty names. The snippet was instantly shared to Twitter, where it gained over 1 million views and 42,000 likes on a post reading, "What TF did Jojo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad like that?" While some joked about DaBaby calling her out over a height insecurity, most were simply baffled that DaBaby would target a kid's YouTuber.
Wait, what did he say? I think wasn't it just a play on words, if I'm not mistaken?
It's literally a child, kinda out of line to be honest. Yo, that is funny AF, he really came for a whole kid, which accompanied a post by James Charles reading, "Can someone please explain why DaBaby is dissing Jojo Siwa when she's 12 years younger, 10 times richer, and 2 inches taller than him?" Now DaBaby had absolutely
James Charles. Out of all people, James Charles? Listen, gang. You gotta sit over there. Alright? Cause if we talking about things people have done, Jamie boy, sit in your corner. That's why you gotta just eat your food. You know what I'm saying? Just sit there and mind your business, eat your food. Cause listen.
No business in responding to these comments, as they weren't really even criticism. A lot of the responses were supportive, such as, "I don't think he meant nothing of it, probably just needed something to say," and the others were simply surprised that DaBaby went there, which is literally how DaBaby described his own branding.
I'm gonna say, I can't believe he said that.
However, despite also stating that he wasn't the type of guy to respond to things online,
when it's said outside of music and I'm expected to respond and clear it up without using music, that ain't what I do.
He'd still take to Twitter to squash the drama in a post reading, "It's Jojo Siwa. My 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out. She thinks she you. Don't let him trick you into thinking I'd ever have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their heads. All love on my end, shorty. Keep shining." Now, DaBaby's response was actually pretty decent, but since he never needed to respond in the first.
What was the wordplay? It's those TikTokers thinking they doing something they obviously don't want. Your way of genuinely apologizing probably came to your senses. You wouldn't want anyone to disrespect, call your daughter a sweet.
First place, all it did
I think it was just like wordplay.
was show everyone that he was paying attention to the drama and was unable to stay silent if he was criticized too heavily. In the lead up to this tweet, DaBaby had established a reputation as a kind of hardcore gangster rapper, and to be on Twitter justifying why he made a diss on a kids YouTuber felt kind of inauthentic to his image. DaBaby stated in an interview that he's doing his own thing and is not really caught up in any of the internet drama.
"I'm just doing me, like I'm not even really caught up in what I got going on."
Yet in a different interview, he contradicts this by stating that he's willing to change his opinions if the internet criticism becomes too harsh.
It's about how much you value others' opinions on the internet or just, people's opinion around you. I don't value it until they get to messing with my money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now you probably need to take heed to that, make some adjustments.
While this is certainly a more mature approach, maturity is rarely what people are looking for in music and entertainment. I could be wrong about this, but it often feels as though the personality of the person making the music is just as important as the music itself, and when it comes to hardcore rap—
Yeah. To be honest, he's right. As of now, in today's music, the personality of the person rides hand in hand with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna be a gangster rapper, you gotta be a gangster rapper. Like, that's what social media has made it. Like, when you were a rapper a couple of years ago, well, not a couple of years ago, but like before social media, there wasn't a lot in like they wasn't sharing too much of your business unless it was in the tabloids, you know what I'm saying? But now everybody got access to, like, you know what I'm saying, niggas is sharing their life on Instagram or sharing their thoughts on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? So it's more, people are more in tune with who you are as a person instead of your music. And your personality rides hand in hand with the music you release. If you are a genuinely messed up person, and you say weird shit on social media, niggas not gonna support your music. But like back before social media, niggas didn't even probably know you had those views unless you went on the internet and said some shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless the tabloid caught you doing some shit, or you went on an interview on TV and said some shit, nobody would know you were the way you were, because it's easier to hide. Now you can't really hide that shit because everybody got a camera, everybody can post, any post can go viral. You know what I'm saying? So who you are as a person dead ass affects the music you create now.
Rap, people want to follow the completely unapologetic gangster as opposed to the person who's known for responding to criticism on Twitter. This point feeds perfectly into his response to the Rolling Loud controversy, which happened only 4 months after the incident with Jojo Siwa. Whilst on
Now this shit, he was just, I don't know why he said this. This was brain dead to me, I ain't gonna lie. Like, nigga, did you not think before you know what I'm saying?
On stage, DaBaby would imply that people with HIV weren't welcome at his shows, and since the event was being streamed online, the internet began to discuss the comments immediately. Now, as mentioned in other videos, if DaBaby had simply stayed silent on the criticism, the problem would have disappeared. However, just like the Jojo Siwa controversy, he felt the need to clarify his position with a public statement.
I'm gonna address this one time and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you. It's not y'all business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip on their phone. It just don't work like that.
This Instagram live stream only led to more people discovering what he had said, and shortly thereafter, celebrities such as Elton John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised and horrified at DaBaby's comments. DaBaby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the Rolling Loud controversy.
Okay, my thing is, I get her addressing it because she has a song with him. But Elton John, nigga, who asked you? Like, yo, it be random celebrities that speak on some shit that, like, yo, it's like, yo, nobody was asking for your opinion on this. I'm not gonna lie. Like that whole Will Smith smack thing, when niggas just like, I'm so hurt and appalled. I can't believe, oh my God, I'm scared for my life. Like, nigga, you was over in like 3 rows, 6 rows to the left. What the fuck you talking? You scared for your life? Shut up. It be random ass, like who the fuck asked Elton John about DaBaby's comments? Where does that even go in the same sentence? Hey, Elton John, what you think about what DaBaby said at Rolling Loud? The fuck? Nigga, y'all are 2 different genres. I guarantee you nobody was asking you about that shit, bro.
John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised.
Madonna, like, boom. Madonna put her opinion out. Madonna, who, bro, nobody's asking Madonna about some shit a gangster rapper did and her opinion on it. I'm sorry, but they're really not. They're 2 different fucking calibers, bro. He didn't even have to speak on it because it's like, oh, that's some fucked up shit. But to simply voice your, like, knowing you have a mass following and voicing your opinion on something that it really didn't need to be voiced, because your opinion didn't really matter, because it wasn't like you were affected by what he said. You weren't, because you're still gay. You're still, you know what I'm saying? It's like you weren't affected, but you still chose to voice your opinion on it and condemn something you weren't even a part of. You're not even in that community. It's just weird.
And horrified at DaBaby's comments. DaBaby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the Rolling Loud controversy.
Were you kind of scared, like how everyone was like trying to cancel you and shit like that?
Nah, I wasn't scared. That was probably my problem.
However, this is a complete contradiction to his actions, because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't feel the need to take to Twitter and apologize, which is what he would do after the Instagram live stream. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again,
Dua Lipa, I understand. That's how you say her name? I don't know how the fuck you say her name, but how the girl that posted, I know why her and DaBaby had a song together. So I can definitely understand why she would be asked that. But those other two, like, really, be for real. Who asked you that? Dua Lipa? What the I don't know how to fucking pronounce her shit.
Apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS, and I know education on this is important. Going back to the problem of authenticity, DaBaby would go on to state that he didn't even agree with his own apology.
Even though, you know, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, you know, if this the example that gotta be made, if this what God want me to go through, you feel me, for whatever reason, let's do it, I'm with it.
And that he only put it out because at a certain level, you have to move in a different way.
You get to certain level.
But see, here's my thing. Why? That's the thing. If you're not genuinely sorry, please don't apologize if you're not genuinely sorry, bro. Like, just don't do that. You, like, it already looks bad that you said it. Then you're gonna apologize for saying it, but then gonna say you're literally actually not sorry. You just said it. You know what I'm saying?
Was in it, you know, you got to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, and move a certain way. It's simple, you know.
Ironically, he's talking to Charlemagne, who wrote a book on how living an authentic life is the quickest path to success, which is something that DaBaby himself highlighted as the reason behind why he's been so successful.
What makes you different?
Nah, man, I'm
like,
just
why do you
me,
have that drive?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just me.
Yet going back on his own statements and posting insincere apologies was the opposite to being his authentic, brutal rapper image.
As a rapper, somebody who can speak freely, and I'm not one to do all that hard work day in, day out, make all these sacrifices, get there just to be controlled like a puppet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how I get out.
Now, it didn't seem like DaBaby actually had any problems with the people he called out.
Anybody from the LGBTQ community, any of that, bro, I am not tripping on y'all. I ain't never had an issue with none of y'all. It wasn't directed to no group of people in particular or nothing like that. Like, it really ain't that deep at all to me.
However, because he blew the whole thing up with a bunch of his own social media attention, the brands he was working with began to drop him one by one. Fashion brand Boohoo publicly ended their relationship with him. Lollapalooza dropped him from the lineup on the very last day of the festival, citing their founding values of diversity, inclusivity, respect, and love. The Governor's Ball Music Festival, set to take place in September, announced that DaBaby would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Parklife cut him from the roster, though the rapper's team claims that the decision was made months before Rolling Loud. The team behind Day and Night Vegas replaced his setlist with that of Roddy Ricch.
Damn.
Even the Working Families Party quickly removed him from the list of celebrity performers, and on the Full Send podcast, DaBaby explained that he was set to release his own meal at Burger King, which was also cancelled as a result of the controversy.
I had my own meal at Burger King. A lot of people don't know that. It was called the Jonathan Kirk meal. They wanted to use my name. I shot a commercial for it and everything. They had my name on the box, everything.
Did it
like
come
they
out?
had me. No, that's when all the controversy.
In a different interview, DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his comments had cost him.
I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. I was finna buy my private plane, but it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, man, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly took the loss in a very respectful manner,
To lose $30 million because you don't think before you speak is a little insane. Because I don't think the Jojo Siwa thing really set it off, right? I don't think the Jojo Siwa thing really set it off. But that Rolling Loud shit, it kind of did. 30 mil? That's crazy.
this seemingly did little to repair his reputation, as after being invited back to Rolling Loud 6 months later, the crowd threw drinks at him. However, the worst part about the controversy was, from that point onwards, DaBaby was berated on Twitter for almost anything he'd do. For example, people brought up the time where he'd attack a fan at a club for putting a flashlight in his face, resulting in another apology video.
I do sincerely apologize. Keep in mind, I couldn't see you.
Accompanying another bizarre clip of him being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some
Yeah, that was weird. This right here, this was a little weird.
kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
And he just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake.
There was also the time where he'd make what seemed to be a satirical tweet stating that he was voting for Kanye, which warranted responses such as, "Waste, I can't believe you're even promoting this. Baby, you got too big of a platform to be tweeting this nonsense. Bruh, you're not even eligible to vote," which accompanied a different, more recent video where he'd get angry at a flight attendant for not combing her hair.
We gonna pay all that for that flight. You gonna comb your head. Straight up, they dog. We gonna pay all.
Nah, that's kind of fucked. See, like shit like this, like you gotta just understand you. Like this some type of shit. Even if you gonna make jokes like this gotta be in your close friends, bro. You do not post this out to the public. Are you serious? Especially after multiple instances where you're getting called out for acting like what she even do? She didn't comb her hair. That's what she did. It's just like you gotta know how to move, bro.
You go comb your hair, the least you could do.
This is probably part of the reason why DaBaby believes that social media can become a negative thing once you reach a certain size.
But at some point, I think like it may be safer for you not to use it as much because you can become overexposed.
But the real question is, how has this affected the performance of his music? Well, his latest album released in September 2022, which was titled Baby on Baby 2, sold only 16,000 units in its first week, which is 87% less than Baby on Baby 1, which sold 124,000 units in its first week. The music video for one of the songs on his new album titled Boogeyman features 5 different people, one of which being an obviously gay person, and throughout the video everyone is killed besides the gay guy, before DaBaby daps him up at the end, says I ain't got a problem with you, and once again apologizes for the rolling loud comments. The whole thing just feels extremely performative and insincere, with this
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, you missed one of the biggest things, gang. Hey, psst. I'm not one to gossip, but I heard you wasn't following me on Twitter and Instagram, and you wasn't updated when I wasn't able to post on YouTube, and you thought I was gone. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's that simple. Enjoy the rest of the vid. It's a real corny move to come out and say you fucked Megan Thee Stallion. Knowing she got a boyfriend, knowing she don't fuck with you no more because of the whole Tory Lanez thing. And you gonna be like, well, I was fucking on her. I fucked Megan Thee Stallion. Just like, bro, like imagine sitting over here having a conversation with somebody, you talking, and this nigga come out and know, well, I fucked Megan Thee Stallion. Like, first of all, when did it, like, I don't understand when I don't understand when men started pillow talking more than women. Like, did anybody, like, okay? Like, we didn't even ask you all that. Well, I did it, me. That's corny. Like, you're a grown-ass man. Y'all probably haven't talked in months because you were taking sides. I don't even think he was taking sides, but I think he did something with Tory Lanez. And her, like, they were beefing and stuff, and she didn't want to talk to him no more. And then, like, almost a year later, you come out randomly and, like, I fucked Megan Thee Stallion. Right, that's like saying I hit it. That's like doing the Ray J, I hit it first. Nigga, did we ask you? Okay, if y'all was fucking cool. But that's just, like, okay. Like, niggas love, I swear to you, bro, nowadays, niggas like to talk more about them fucking on something more than women do. I'm like, bro, when did kissing and telling really become a thing for men to do? I just never, like, it's getting more and more common for men to kiss and tell than women. It's weird. That's weird to me.
Clear attempt at avoiding controversy, only resulting in more controversy. Because alongside his new album's poor release, DaBaby announced that he had to cancel one of his shows after selling only 500 tickets to a venue which seated 14,000. Going to a DaBaby concert because I need some alone time and I know no one else will be there. If I put all my followers in a room and sang a little song to them, then I'd have a more successful concert than DaBaby. DaBaby concert was lit. However, to DaBaby's credit, he's taken his setbacks quite humbly, having replied to his lower album sales by stating, not bad for the blackballed baby. There are a lot of people who have covered in the past that are clearly deserving of their poor reputations, but you could argue that DaBaby isn't really one of them. He's a hard worker with a library of incredibly well-made music, yet he's been unable to keep his mouth closed on controversial topics, which only compounds when you compromise your integrity and change your personality to suit whatever the audience wants you to be.
Yeah, once someone is in a public light for too long, you just see corny. Like, and it's just like, nigga, we can see that. We can see that you are corny. Like, that was just, and I ain't gonna lie, but even before he came out and said he fucked Megan Thee Stallion, I wasn't checking for his music anymore. I think the last song that I actually genuinely liked from him was the song that he released with NBA YoungBoy. That's the last thing I liked from him. Other than that, I wasn't even checking for DaBaby, because, like, there's no way you can continue to be in controversy, then continuously almost release the same song over and over again, because a nigga don't change his cadence and he has the same type of beat every single time. You don't switch up your flow. So you drop in the same music, you get in more and more controversy, and you're becoming more corny. It's just like, I'm not checking for you no more. Your time came and went. It came and went. And that happens, bro. It just happens. Maybe he can bounce back, maybe not, but, you know? Who says put on that new DaBaby? That's where I'm ending the video, dog.